Dearest gentle reader.
A good wedding is like a good season of Bridgerton. There's romance, there's drama, and there's a lot of tea. But it all ends with one hell of a party. So whether you're a diehard Bridgerton fan and this is your wedding inspiration, or you just like some Regency details, whether it's the dresses, the songs, the flowers, there are so many ways to add a Bridgerton touch to your wedding, bachelorette, or maybe even your bridal shower. Listen, these ideas are gonna come from my experience as a wedding professional. Plus, I just went to an exclusive season 3 Bridgerton launch event here in New York City and got to talk to people who make these ideas come to life in weddings every single day. So whether you're looking for a low-key DIY Bridgerton touch or you're looking to go all out and be the diamond of this wedding season, I'm gonna show you how to bring Bridgerton into your event at any budget. Now you're gonna fall into one of these 3 categories of how much of a Bridgerton influence you want in your wedding or event. Maybe you want a touch of Bridgerton. Maybe there's a specific design element that you want to have Bridgerton themed, or maybe the overall feeling and vibe of your wedding is like you're the diamond of the season. And you'll have to stick around to the end because someone got the tea on season 3. So we're gonna start at having a little bit of a Bridgerton touch. Maybe you find yourself as a casual fan. Friends were watching the TV series, you tuned in, you started for the romance, but ultimately you stayed for the drama. So we're gonna start with stationery and design. I really love stationery that you kind of go all out, but going all out doesn't mean that you have to break the budget. Now the Not just released a Bridgerton themed invitation suite collection, so you can use these for your save the dates all the way up through your actual invitation, and then you can continue that signage throughout your whole entire event. I think another way to add a personalized detail is in your favors. So if we're going on the Bridgerton theme, tea is like something that's shared and then also something that's spilled. So like, let's go and like thrift teacups and make those be our favors for the day. Next, let's talk about music. One of the things that made Bridgerton so iconic is that they took songs from artists that we know and we love and they turned them into classical composition. That is really the like background and soundtrack of the whole entire series. How incredible would it be to like walk down the aisle or have your first dance to one of the Bridgerton songs? And it's already there on Spotify for you. Now you also too could hire a string quartet to come and play these songs as well. We started with a nod to Bridgerton. Now we're moving into bringing a more Bridgerton design element into your wedding. Now there is something in Bridgerton that you love. Maybe it's the florals, maybe it's the dresses, maybe it is a specific design element. Now you're probably not gonna do all of these things because they are a bigger investment in time and money, but they're iconic. So the first one's actually gonna be in the dresses or attire. Queen Charlotte wouldn't have it any other way. Your wedding dress should make you feel like royalty on your wedding day. The really cool thing is that earlier this year I was invited to Chicago with Allure Bridals to see the actual Bridgerton wedding dress collection. The designer behind this collection, Lynn Palo, I got to meet, who told me that I look like Kerry Washington from Scandal, and that was probably the best compliment I've ever gotten in my life. She's the costume designer for the Bridgerton series and designed these wedding dresses. So I got an exclusive preview to see these on the runway as well as to try on the collection itself. It is incredible, it is beautiful. Some are from more of the Regency era, which is from the Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story part of the series. There are so many delicate details, intricate lace, there is beading, there is color, all to represent different design motifs. Now let's talk Bridgerton wedding photos. Obviously, I'm in the business of photo and video, and one thing that I've started to see a lot of our clients do is really create photo moments at their wedding. I'm not necessarily saying like you have to hire a specific background and a portrait and make it all Bridgerton themed, but it is setting up specific areas to give it a more regal effect. Doing portraits of people who are sitting down, like you might have seen in some of the different Bridgerton episodes, even something as just kind of creating a regal area that becomes kind of a photo area. The media team that you hire for your wedding day can really help you create this. The next one is dessert tables, which I love a dessert table, thank you very much. But this is a perfect example of number 1, something that they do in Bridgerton, but also number 2, something that you can really go all out in without it being like you've Bridgerton-ified your whole wedding. Think about tiered different levels, having multiple different desserts. You can think also too about the color palette of your day or really lean into like a regal color color palette and build it up. Another area that you can do this in is your table settings. Chargers, think about adding menus and descriptors and floral china. There are so many different design elements that you can add in here to, number one, show off your personality, but number two, really lean into the design theme of Bridgerton. And as we move into our next section here, maybe Bridgerton really touched you or changed your life. You want your overall wedding to have a fully Bridgerton theme. Here's how you can go all out to make your wedding breathe Bridgerton by balling out. The venue sets the tone for your wedding. It is the backdrop of all of your media from the day and also a huge part of the experience that you will have as well as that your guests will have. On one end, you can literally get married in a castle, like this couple who got married in Versailles. Now, your venue does not have to be literal Versailles. It could be an estate, it could be a private castle, and it's colloquially, I hate that I can't say this. Okay, anyway, this is known as Regency core, and it has been something that's been in the bridal and wedding industry for a very long time. Think regal, think, you know, gold fixtures and attributes, think big chandeliers, think big checkered black and white dance floors, you know, everything bigger, better, lavish. So here are some ideas of ways to enhance that beyond the venue. Using real china at the wedding and adding on a full china tea service. You might do lawn games or have croquet professionals there to help your guests learn the game and play it. You can also think about having different performances throughout the wedding itself. I think that there are a lot of different ideas that we can pull from Bridgerton no matter what your budget is to have it at your event. The best weddings are the personalized ones. This is something that you've heard me say in this video and something that you'll hear me continue to say. And if Bridgerton is something that you love, there are different ways for you to be able to include it in your wedding and in your wedding celebrations, whether it is a nod to it in more of a DIY form or if it's something that we're going completely all out in. And if you're doing one of those all-out Bridgerton weddings, excuse me, please, I need the invite.